For centuries, one name has ruled the world of pirates, Jack Sparrow. But what if I told you the greatest pirate legend wasn't fictional at all? Long before Hollywood created its most famous pirate, real captains sailed the oceans, leaving behind stories more unbelievable than any movie. They hunted treasure, challenged powerful empires, captured hundreds of ships, and spread fear across the seas. Their names became legends. Today, we're counting down the 10 real pirates whose incredible lives were even. The late 1600s marked the beginning of a dangerous era. Historians would later call it the Golden Age of Piracy, a time when the world's oceans became the ultimate battlefield. Every day, merchant ships crossed the seas carrying gold, silver, spices, silk, and priceless treasures. These floating fortunes connected powerful empires, but they also attracted dangerous enemies. From the Caribbean to the Atlantic Ocean, pirate ships emerged from the horizon without warning. Their black flags became symbols of fear, and their attacks changed the course of maritime history forever. Among hundreds of pirates, only a handful became true legends. Their names survived centuries, inspiring books, movies, and myths. Here are the 10 great. At number 10 is one of the most ruthless pirates to ever sail the Atlantic, Edward Lowe. Unlike many pirates who chased only gold, Lowe became infamous for something far darker: his cruelty. His name alone was enough to strike fear into the hearts of sailors. Edward Lowe's pirate career began in the early 1720s. Within just a few years, he and his crew had captured more than 100 merchant ships across the Atlantic Ocean. Every successful raid made his reputation even more terrifying. What made Edward Lowe different wasn't just the number of ships he captured, it was his brutality. Stories of his merciless treatment of prisoners spread from port to port. Many captains chose to surrender the moment they recognized his black flag, hoping to avoid his wrath. At number 9 is Charles Vane, a pirate who refused to surrender. While many pirates accepted the king's pardon to save their lives, Vane chose to remain an outlaw, determined to fight until the very end.
The ocean is ours!
Known for his fearless leadership, Charles Vane attacked merchant ships throughout the Caribbean, capturing valuable cargo and repeatedly escaping the British Royal Navy. His bold tactics earned him both respect from fellow pirates and hatred from his enemies. One of his most famous escapes came when he set a captured ship on fire and sent it drifting toward an approaching British fleet. As the enemy scrambled to avoid the blazing vessel, Vane slipped away under the cover of smoke and darkness. But his luck didn't last forever. After a devastating shipwreck, Charles Vane was captured, brought to Jamaica, and found guilty of piracy. In 1720, at number 8 is Calico Jack Rackham. Unlike pirates remembered for conquering fleets or amassing vast fortunes, Calico Jack became famous for something equally enduring: his unforgettable legacy. His name is forever linked to the iconic pirate flag and two of history's most legendary female pirates. Rackham earned the nickname Calico Jack because of the colorful calico clothing he wore. Sailing through the Caribbean, he attacked merchant ships and quickly built a reputation as a daring pirate captain, even though his career lasted only a few years. His greatest legacy was his crew. Among them were Bonny and Mary Red, two fearless women who fought alongside the men in battle. Together, they challenged the traditions of their time and became some of the most famous pirates. At number 7 is Mary Red, a woman who shattered every expectation of her time. In an age when women were rarely allowed to fight at sea, she disguised herself as a man and proved she was every bit as fearless as the pirates around her. Mary Red spent much of her early life hiding her true identity. After serving as a soldier and sailor, fate eventually led her to the Caribbean, where she joined the crew of Calico Jack. There, she met Bonny, and together they became one of the most famous duos in pirate history. Mary earned her reputation through courage, not legend. During fierce naval battles, she fought on the front lines with sword and pistol, refusing to retreat even when others hesitated. Her bravery won the respect of her fellow pirates and the fear of her enemies. In 1720, at number 6 is Bonny, one of the boldest and most fearless pirates of the Golden Age. At a time when women were expected to stay ashore, Anne chose a life of danger, adventure, and freedom on the open sea. After meeting the pirate captain Calico Jack Rackham, Anne joined his crew and embraced the pirate life. Alongside Mary Read, She became one of the few women to earn the respect of hardened pirates through skill, determination, and courage. When battles erupted, Bonny refused to hide below deck. Armed with a sword and pistol, she fought on the front lines against enemy sailors. Her bravery became legendary, and stories of her fearless spirit spread throughout the Caribbean. In 1720, Bonny was captured along with Calico Jack and the rest of the crew. Unlike many pirates, however, her story did not end at the gallows. After her imprisonment, historical records grow silent. Whether she started a new life or disappeared into history. At number 5 is Captain William Kidd, better known as Captain Kidd. His story is unlike any other on this list. He began his career as a respected privateer, legally authorized by the British Crown to hunt pirates and protect merchant ships. Everything changed after Kidd captured the rich merchant vessel Quedar Merchant. Although he claimed the ship was a lawful prize, British authorities accused him of piracy. Overnight, the man trusted to hunt pirates became one of the world's most wanted outlaws. As rumors of his arrest spread, stories emerged that Captain Kidd had buried part of his treasure on a remote island before surrendering. Whether the treasure was meant to prove his innocence or secure his fortune, the mystery inspired generations of treasure hunters and became one of history's greatest pirate legends. In 1701, Captain Kidd was tried in London and found guilty of piracy. He was executed, and his body was displayed along the... At number 4 is Sir Henry Morgan, one of the most successful and controversial sea captains in history. To the English crown, he was a respected privateer. To Spain, he was a ruthless pirate whose name inspired fear across the Caribbean. Leading a powerful fleet, Morgan launched daring attacks on Spanish settlements and heavily fortified ports. His greatest victories included raids on Portobello and Panama, where his forces captured enormous amounts of gold, silver, and valuable supplies, making him one of the richest men in the Caribbean. Unlike many pirates who relied on chaos, Henry Morgan was a brilliant military strategist. He carefully planned his campaigns, inspired fierce loyalty among his men, and repeatedly defeated enemies that outnumbered his own forces. Most pirates met their end on the gallows, but Henry Morgan's story was different. He was knighted by the King of England and later became the Lieutenant Governor of Jamaica. Rising from feared privateer to one of the most powerful officials in the Caribbean, Morgan left behind a legacy unlike any other pirate in history.
At number 3 is Bartholomew Roberts, better known as Black Bart. While many pirates became legends through fear, Roberts earned his place through unmatched success. In just 4 years, he captured more ships than almost any pirate in history. From the Atlantic coast of Africa to the Caribbean, Black Bart commanded a powerful fleet that struck merchant vessels with remarkable speed and precision. Historians estimate that he captured more than 400 ships, making him one of the most successful pirates of the Golden Age. Unlike the lawless image most people associate with pirates, Roberts enforced a strict code of conduct aboard his ships. Gambling was forbidden, discipline was expected, and every crew member had clear responsibilities. His leadership transformed his fleet into one of the most efficient forces on the sea. In 1722, Black Bart met his end during a fierce battle against the British Royal Navy. Struck by grapeshot, he was killed instantly. At number 2 is Ching Shih, the woman who built the largest pirate empire in history. Rising from humble beginnings, she became the undisputed ruler of the South China Sea, commanding a fleet so vast that even powerful governments struggled to defeat her. After the death of her husband, Ching Shih took control of the famous Red Flag Fleet. Under her leadership, the fleet grew to hundreds of ships and an estimated 40,000 to 70,000 pirates. Her naval force rivaled the strength of many national navies, giving her unmatched control over the seas. Ching Shih ruled through discipline and strategy. She enforced a strict code of laws, where theft from fellow pirates, disobedience, or harming captives without permission brought severe punishment. This discipline transformed her fleet into one of the most organized and powerful forces in maritime history. Unlike most pirates, Ching Shih was never defeated in battle. She negotiated a peaceful surrender with the Chinese government, And finally, at number 1 is the pirate whose name became the very definition of fear on the high seas, Blackbeard, born Edward Teach. More than 3 centuries after his death, he remains the most famous pirate in history, inspiring countless books, films, and legends. Blackbeard understood that fear could be more powerful than weapons. Before battle, he lit slow-burning fuses beneath his hat, surrounding his face with thick smoke. Combined with his long black beard and fierce appearance, he looked almost supernatural. Many crews surrendered without firing a single shot. Commanding his legendary flagship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, Blackbeard blockaded ports, captured from ruthless raiders to brilliant naval commanders. These 10 pirates changed history forever. Some sought fortune, others chased freedom, and a few built empires that challenged the world's greatest powers. Their stories remind us that the golden age of piracy was far more extraordinary than fiction. Even today, centuries after their final voyages, their names continue to inspire movies, books, video games, and countless legends. While Jack Sparrow remains one of cinema's most beloved pirates, the real men and women behind these stories lived lives that were often even more daring and unbelievable. So, which pirate surprised you the most? Was it the undefeated Ching Shih, the legendary Blackbeard, or another captain on this list? Let us know your favorite in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey through pirate history, don't forget to like this video,